Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Sahana LK from the 5th SEM Tejas section. Today I am here to discuss about the subject of satellite and optical communication under the Department of Electronics and Communication. Today I am here to discuss about the topic of Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System, that is called as IRNSS. Here IRNSS refers to the Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System. It is an independent navigation satellite system providing service in the Indian region, and it is also being implemented by the Indian Space Research Organization. The project is being managed by the Lead Central Vice ISRO Satellite Center, Bangalore, with support from the other work centers Vice Space Application and the Ahmed ISTRAC, Bangalore, MCF Asan and Tiruvananthapuram. Here we have the applications of IRNSS. This provides the fairly good accuracy and the whole consultation is seen all the time, and also there are plans to send integrity and ionospheric correction messages to the users, and also a variety of applications taking the benefit of above will be created by IRNSS. In view of the independent nature of the consultation, it is planned to cater to specialized users. Here we having the three IRNSS elements. One is the space segment, another one is the ground segment, and third one is the user segment. Let us discuss about the space segment. Here space segment consists of 7 satellites. 3 satellites in geostationary orbit at 34 degree and 83 degree and 132 degree east. 4 satellites in geosynchronous orbit placed at inclination of 29 degree with longitude crossing at 55 degree and 1011 degree east. The satellites are specially configured for the navigation, and IRNS satellites are to be launched by the launchers PSLV. Design consideration for consultation. Here first we should minimizing and the maximum dilution of precise, that is DOP, in the coverage region, and minimum satellite consultation. Third one, we should orbital slots for the India. IRNSS coverage and position accuracy. The intended services area for IRNSS is primarily the Indian landmass. The service area for IRNSS is in general specified as between longitude 40 degree to the east and 140 degree to the east, and between latitude it's plus or minus 40 degree. IRNSS system provides the dual frequency users with a targeted position accuracy. It should be less than 20 meters in the coverage area. This is what we discussed, that whatever we saw, that plus or minus 40 degree as well as 11 degree, that all is mentioned here. That we can see that IRNSS maximum, that DOP, it should be 95% variation, and it uses the mask angle about the 15 degree consultation, which is in the near, means that should be in the geostationary satellite, and we can see GSO. Let us go through the second element, that the ground segment. IRNSS ranging and integrity monitoring stations, that is called as IRIM. Here first we should receive the data from the geostationary satellite and the GSO satellite. Next we should transmit the data to the navigation satellite control center. Thirdly, we should facilitate one-way ranging of the geostationary satellite as well as GSO stationary satellite. The Irnss Navigation Control Center, that is called as INC, estimate and predict ephemeras, and nextly we should calculate corrections for SV clock and maintain Irnss time, determine ionospheric corrections, last determine integrity, and also transmit the clock and ephemeras corrections to the TTC stations for uplinking to the satellites. Here we are having the Spacecraft Control Center, that is SCC, manage and maintain the satellite consultation and Irnss telemetry and command stations. Receiving the telemetry from the Irnss consultations, telecommand the Irnss consultation, uplinking navigation updates, CDMA ranging stations. Facilitate accurate ranging of the Irnss satellite and send the data to the navigation control center. Here we are having the Irnss services. The service types are standard positioning service, precise positioning service, restricted services for the special users. This service type called standard positioning service, it should have the signal called 1.023 MCPC and the second service type called precise positioning service, it should have signal at minimum 10.23, and third service type called restricted services for special users, that should have the minimum signals that too same as precise positioning service, that to 10.23, and it should have frequency band that lower 5, that should 1191.9795 megahertz and satellite 2491.005 megahertz. And the second service type should have frequency band called L5 and S. Third service type, it should have the frequency band at L5. Let us go through the third element of the Irnss, that is called user segment. The user segment consists of a specially designed dual frequency receiver, and it should have several types of receivers are planned with single and dual frequency reception. Here dual is nothing but it should have double frequency reception, and single frequency receivers may be provided with capability to receive ionospheric corrections. Next, the user receiver may receive other consultations in addition to Irnss, and all the 7 Irnss satellites will be continuously tracked by the user's receivers, and the user's receivers will have minimum G2 of 27 decibel per Kelvin, similar to GPS user's receiver. Here we having the payload specifications. We having the parameters like transmit frequency, receive frequency, polarization, EIRP, GT, beam width, antenna gain, data rate, code rate, modulation or access scheme. Here transmit frequency have the unit called megahertz as well as frequency unit expressed in terms of hertz. Receive frequency, it has a unit megahertz. Next, polarization is nothing but a constant value. We cannot predict the unit or SI unit. EIRP have the decibel per watt. GT is having the decibel per degree Kelvin. Beam width also it is a constant. Antenna is expressed in terms of decibel. Data rate is expressed in terms of BPS. Same code rate, it should be have the mega, so it should be expressed in terms of mega CPC. Here it should be have L band, S band and C band. These three bands are came under this specification. We can see these values. This is the play load configuration of Irnss. What we have discussed in the last table column. We can see this all the things from that. Here we have the typical users link. Let us go through this. Means that power should be have maximum 120 watt. Frequency which is having 2491.005 megahertz. Satellite appear that should be expressed in terms of decibel watt, that to 35.29. Whatever these values is there, go and refer. Here we having the Irnss schedule. The first satellite will be launched by the mid 2009, that too in the year, that means in the middle of the year 2009. The next three satellites will be launched by the end of the 2010 and entire consultation will be in the place by 2011. This is what we discussed about the satellite, that means Irnss satellite. Thank you for your valuable time.